Hello YouTube, Piston Cupster here, and today I'm here with Piston Cup Productions.
Hey everyone, Piston Cup Productions here, and thank you so much to Piston Cupster for having me on this video.
And today we have some unanswerable cars questions. This is inspired by the Unlucky Tug's Unanswerable Thomas Questions video. So, an unanswerable cars question is basically something that's not confirmed, and is really just left to fan interpretation about the movies or the franchise. So, let's get into it with these questions.
How do the cars die of natural causes? Old age? What exactly happens when they die? Do they bury them? Question mark.
Lightning McQueen raced full-time in the Piston Cup from 2005 to 2016, 12 years, or from 2006 to 2016, 11 years depending on which one you want to believe. During that time, he won 7 out of either 11 or 12 total championships. Jackson Storm and Chick Hicks both won once during that time, taking away 2. But that leaves either 2 or 3 remaining Piston Cups. So, which of these background racers was able to best McQueen for a full 36 race season? The movies make him out to be unbeatable during the stock car era, so which one of these guys was able to do it?
If a car bends their axle through whatever means, is that the equivalent for a car in the human world twisting their ankle?
So, is Cars 2 canon or not? Where do the cars come from? Are they born or are they made? This is weird.
Where does the food go when the cars eat it? More importantly, where do they take a massive dump?
Wait, what? Why does Leroy Traffic sleep on a mattress? I mean, no one else sleeps on a mattress, so why does he?
In Ivy's flashback in Cars on the Road, did she kill those cars?
How does family work in this universe? How are the King and Cal related? How are Mater and Mato related? How are Todd Marcus, Murray Clutchburn, Ernie Gearson, and the other Cars 1 racers that were rebuilt between Cars 1 and Cars 3, how are they rebuilt? And would that not massively affect their health? Because some of these guys must have gotten engine swaps, right?
If a car gets into a really bad accident and needs the entire bodywork rebuilt, is it the same car afterwards, or is that a completely new car? I mean, it's the same logic in the human world. So if you take apart an old Toyota and you rebuild it again and you're using different parts, is that the same car or...
In this universe, cars buy tires like shoes, so are they born or made without them? Or did they get them later on?
How much stronger do buildings and infrastructures need to be in the Cars universe to hold the weight of this many cars instead of people?
What are the bathrooms for in Cars? I mean, in Cars 2, we see Mater go to the bathroom, but he just gets...
Me and Tia flashed their headlights at McQueen in Cars 1, which is treated as them flashing him. So, how do vehicles with headlights that are always out work with this logic? And are the sticker headlights on the racers basically just pictures of their fronts?
Is the Piston Cup just unregulated? Chick attempts to kill many other racers in Cars 1, and racers from various decades and with different engines and aero designs are all allowed to compete together in the same class. How is this fair? Is racing in this universe the equivalent to track and field, or more equivalent to real-world racing?
Where do cars store money when they buy things? How does anyone except the Pitties hold anything?
What was going on with that car graveyard in the Radiator Springs 500.5 shore? I mean, those are dead cars. What's going on here?
Are the areas behind the tires where the rotors and brakes are the car equivalent of human armpits? Are they ticklish or... Ugh, no, that's disgusting. That's a weird fetish.
If a car is traveling at race speed and they open their mouth, would that slow them down because of drag and the disrupted airflow? Or is the back of the mouth hollow and just lets the air go through?
How do the cars upshift or change gears when driving? Or does that just not exist in the Cars universe? Is there no such thing as a manual car in this world, or is everyone just an automatic?
A quick tangent, we see a diesel engine in Cars 1 pulling a train. This sort of implies that the steam engines no longer run the railroads in the Cars universe. This would seem or sort of imply that they got killed off like in Thomas, where they just got lined up and killed. But as previously established, the vehicles can die of old age, so that's actually a more likely explanation, but that does give the question, will there be a point where all the steam engines die and there just aren't any left?
When McQueen passes Chick going backwards, wouldn't he just flip over like a real race car in NASCAR? Or at least just slow down because the spoiler doesn't work that way? I don't understand the logic of this world.
For the cars to enter space and set foot, or tire? On the moon, do they have to mod an existing plane or vehicle to enter space, or did they just have to wait until a space shuttle was born? Or if they had to make a space shuttle, did they make this space shuttle just to serve this one purpose? Man, this is kind of weird when you think about it.
How do the Radiator Springs townies get items delivered to their stores in present day? We never see any delivery trucks in the town during the time McQueen is there. So how do these guys get anything in stock? Does Luigi just have the same old filthy tires from years ago once they shut down? Where does Flo get the gas? I mean, I guess they have an endless supply if anyone barely does anything around that town. But where does everything else come from? Where does Fillmore get the brew materials? You know what? Next question.
Can the cars move just one eye without moving the other? Because their eyes are fixed on the same plane. Why are McQueen and Sally still not married after almost 20 years? Come on, bro, just pop the ring at this point.
Why is Doc Hudson's implied sexism never majorly brought up?
What are the chances Greg Candyman gets a candy-themed race sponsor? Is that a fake name?
Did the Mater's Tall Tales actually happen?
Why will Mattel not re-release Damaged Mood Springs? Literally everyone wants him.
How do the cars smell? How do the cars hear? They don't have ears, although their side windows are treated as such.
If a car were to just chow down on taco mints or gaskets, could they become overweight? Is obesity a thing in this universe? If not, can these guys just eat unlimited carified foods?
Are the race cars born to race? Like as race cars? Or do they start off as normal cars and get modified later? Like if you're born a plane, do you have to just accept the fact that you're going to be a plane?
How does a can of Leakless exist in Wallet? Wait, wrong movie.
If Sally is embarrassed of her tattoo in Cars 1, why couldn't she just get it painted over? It's not the same physics as a human tattoo. Why didn't she just pull up to Ramones? In Cars 2, we see rich cars sitting on a private yacht who are also alive. So is this like McQueen and Mac, where like the yacht works for them and it's like a servant and home for them? Like, because McQueen just uses Mac to travel. The poor guy basically has no free will.
Are Kay and May Pillar de Rev siblings, or are they married? It's not exactly stated. Either way, I hate them.
Are the insides of the cars hollow, or do they have organs? How are Mater and Mato related? They look nothing alike. I mean, what do their parents even look like in order to have kids like this? Is it like a Muppet Caper situation where the parents is just a hybrid of both characters?
How do race teams work in this universe? Is it like in NASCAR where teams can own multiple cars in the same entities? Or is it like what's shown in Cars 3 where just each sponsor owns just the one team? Could they add a second or third if they wanted to? If NASCAR inspired characters like Chase Racelet, Daryl Cartrip, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. exist in Cars, do their IRL relatives also exist in this universe? I.e. a Bill Racelet or a Michael Cartrip?
What is the point of buses, taxis, and hearses in this universe? Who are they transporting? Why do the King's eye color change when he crashes in Cars 1? Does he have like contacts and they just fell out or something? Or is it just a simple animation error?
Why is Stanley so chill about seeing a Piston Cup V8 engine in 1909? Those things were primitive at that time and didn't even reach consumer cars until 1914 in the US.
How do the race cars without grills cool their engines while at race speeds? Is it in their mouths? Like, do they just open their mouth like, and they just hope the engine cools down? Like, that's a little weird. Like, is Mater's engine just always cool because he doesn't have the hood? I mean, that's good for him, I guess. I guess he's always getting a cool little breeze.
Are the lemons in Cars 2 just disabled people? And are the list of names that they get mad at in the movie, are those the equivalent of making fun of people in wheelchairs or with disabilities? Man, this story would have been way different with people. Maybe these guys weren't the villains.
Why does Jackson Storm not race at his top speed of 214 at the Florida International Superspeedway in Cars 3? Why cruise at 207? Wait. Oh, it's so McQueen can stay at pace with him and so Cruz can win. Oh!
Woo! And that was 50 unanswerable Cars questions. This made me question the franchise a lot more from when I started, and hopefully you do too. If you have any more questions that maybe we could cover in a second part, drop those in the comments, or if you have any potential explanations to any of the questions in this video, please drop those in the comment section as well, as I'm curious to hear what you have to say. With that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing if you want to see a part 2. Check out Piston Cup Productions channel, link in the description, and I will see you next time.